Hello, my dears. It's me, ordinary girl trying to be fabulous. And welcome to my channel. Welcome to my subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers. And welcome to those of you who are not subscribed. If you are not subscribed and you enjoy my content, I hope you will consider doing so. And even if you don't enjoy my content, I hope you will consider subscribing because, hey, why not? So today's Snarky Saturday comes from Twitter, X. It feels weird calling it X because, you can tell I'm a little older, and X used to be a rating that of something that you didn't want to watch unless, you were into that sort of thing. Wink, wink. So, yep. Snarky Saturday comes from Twitter, and let's get right into it. Eventually. Alrighty. Okay, so how are y'all doing? Me, myself, I'm doing pretty good. While I wait for this computer to load. I mean, it's very nice. It's a very nice computer. Very blessed to have it. Waiting for Gmail to load. Here we go. Yep, and I believe this week we will have Snarky on a Sunday. Snarky on a Sunday is not going to happen every week, but sometimes it's too good to pass up. Oh, bless me. Yep, Snarky on a Sunday this week is too good to pass up. What are you doing, Millie? Lay down. Lay down, Millie. Lay down. Good girl. So, yep. So this is Snarky. If you're here today, this is Snarky Saturday, and I just turned my computer on, so we have to put up with... Lay down, sweet girl. I just turned my computer on, so we have to put up with a million of vast pop-ups telling me that my computer is fine, or that I should run a scan on it. So, let's see. Okay, so names of the silly have been covered up, but this one person who I thought was Millie, lay down, baby. Amelia, lay down. I'm not sure why she's not settling. Lay down, sweetheart. Because before we came up here, she was sleeping. So now she's being restless. Why are you being restless, sweetheart? Okay, so, y'all know I'm not a fan of Harry, the Prince Harry, or the Duchess of Sussex, his wife. I'm not a fan. I wouldn't consider myself a deranger because, I don't, idolize absolutely everything that William and Catherine do. I mean, they're humans. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They just happen to be very wealthy and, heirs to the throne. So, I thought this person that I'm about to read their tweet, agreed with me. So let's see. Prince Harry and his unsuccessful, it's because they put Sussex in there, made unsuccessful, but it was unsuccessful. Anyways, the person's funny. We'll get to that in a minute. Have been refused permission to grift off of Princess Diana's corpse. Charles Spencer will not allow any film crew at her gravesite. Let's see. Spencer says no. Charles Spencer will not allow any film crew reportedly linked to Prince Harry to film at Princess Diana's gravesite at Althorpe tomorrow. So, this one person said, who is obviously a member of the Suck Up Squad, or the Sugars, or the Sausage Squad, or the Squalid Squad, whatever you want to call them, somebody who just has who's just blind to everything, who has no rational thoughts, because reason, logic, being rational just doesn't, some of these people just doesn't work. There's somebody that I don't follow her, and I'm sure she has me blocked on Twitter, but she's nuttier than squirrel poop. I mean, this person is just so blindly, not this person here, but the person is just like so blindly devoted to Meghan and Harry that she thinks that she is the aunt of their kids. And whether or not their kids exist, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So anyways, this person, who's not the nutty person, although she's pretty nutty up there, it said, in the line of heirs, the son of Princess Diana has more rights than the brother of Princess Diana. Well, no. See, I'm going to say why. What you doing, Anna Banana? Why are you growling, sweet girl? So, I said, the mausoleum is on Spencer land. And Charles Spencer, he's like the Earl of Spencer. I don't know which number he is. Doesn't let anyone record on that island. Harry doesn't have any say on land that doesn't belong to him. I mean, he doesn't. And as an American who just watches a lot of royal stuff and a lot of royal documentaries and documentaries about Princess Diana, I have noticed that anybody who makes a documentary, nobody is allowed to actually film on the island. No one. They're always on the shore, and they're filming across. And if you watch the documentaries, they're filming across, but it's not really clear. They make it blurry on purpose. It's smear Vaseline on the lens to make it look blurry on purpose. He doesn't let people film on the island, which is his prerogative since it's his sister and his land. Let's see. As heir, he could have her grave moved, and if I were him, I would move it. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, really? I think he has to have permission, because in the US, there's a lot of legal red tape to go through to have someone exhumed and to have them moved. And if there's a crime that's been committed, of course, there was no crime except for drunk driving and not wearing a seatbelt with this one. But yeah, you don't, it's not easy to get someone exhumed. It cost a lot. And I said, nope, he has to get Uncle Spencer's permission, since he owns the grave and the land it's on, and no doubt Uncle Spencer would give Harry his best 2 fingers. I'm not gonna show you that, because the 2 fingers I speak of is in the US, it's the same thing as the middle finger. So yeah, I'm sure Uncle Spencer, I'm sure Charles Spencer, Earl of Spencer, would never allow his sister's grave to be moved. So, I was thinking, that there would be regulations for moving someone's grave. And even in the UK. And I was right. So it says, this is like funeralguide.co.uk to let people know. And, there's a link that I put in the tweet, but I included a screenshot of the part that I thought was the most pertinent, because most people won't go to suspicious links, and I don't blame them. But it says, what is the process of relocating a grave? The first thing to know is that a grave can only be exhumed with the explicit permission of the next of kin of anyone who is buried. You will also need the permission of the grave owner, as well as any surviving relatives of the person. Once you have completed the application form, you should hear back within 20 days. If the license is granted, you will need to use a funeral director's services to plan a new burial and communicate with the cemetery or crematorium about the fees and the charge for exhumation. When you have the necessary licenses and permission and have reserved a new space in a graveyard, cemetery, or garden of rest, then you can rebury your loved one as you would in a funeral. A funeral director can help you with all of these steps and keep you informed of the process as it is ongoing. So yeah, just cause Harry might want to move, and of course, maybe he doesn't want to move. It's just the sugar who's like been smoking the sugar sauce, been drinking the sugar Kool-Aid, and thinks that he should move and he should be able to move. So once again, and I include the link. No, he has to get Uncle Spencer's permission, since he owns the grave and the land it's on, and no doubt Uncle Spencer would give Harry his best 2 fingers. Like I said, he can't just up and do it. So, let's see. As her heir, he could have her grave moved, and if I were him, I would move it. And this is after I provided her with a link and a screenshot that said, no, he can't just do that. No. See, she has another son, dipstick. He's called Prince William, the heir to the throne, and he should also have a say. And she's like, I'm sure they both can. Princess Diana deserved better, in my humble opinion. Well, I mean, like, if you've seen the documentaries, and of course you've only seen the mausoleum from the other shore, but her brother has made her a very nice, beautiful funeral site. She's the only person buried there. It's like, I mean, he obviously spared no expense in the memory of his sister. Beautiful island with a beautiful mausoleum and statues, and I mean, he obviously spared no expense. Someone said she deserves to be left in peace and stop having her youngest child and his vile wife exploiting her for money and relevance. Amen. I think this was a woman. I think she had a flower in her. Yep, this. I lost my dad. I don't make it my whole personality. Of course, my dad wasn't as famous as, Princess Diana, but, William lost his mother. He doesn't make it his whole personality. Let's see. She said, I'm sure they both can. Princess Diana deserved better, in my humble opinion. And I said, she got her own island and mausoleum that her brother protects fiercely. She deserves the privacy her brother is trying to give her in death, not the Netflix documentary and the merch opportunities of Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan would sell his grandmother's cold toast to Netflix. Which, yeah, I believe they would. So, I was like talking back and forth with people, and then, it was nighttime. And I went to sleep, and I woke up, and I noticed that, the little comment bubble was, because if you're on if you're on Twitter or X, it's like the comment bubble. If you can make a comment, it'll be dark, and if you can't, it'll be light gray. So I noticed the comment bubble was light gray, and I'm like sitting there thinking, wow, this person blocked me. And I'm like, no, wait, I can still quote tweet her. I can like her tweet, which I wouldn't because she's obviously daft. So I'm like thinking, well, somebody blocked me. And I'm like sitting there, and the original poster, the person who, what you would think, I agreed with her. Yeah, it's her because they go by Duchess. You think I agree? You think that she'd agree with me? So, but for some reason she blocked me, and it's weird because I think it was somebody I followed, because I think she was like, she would have been considered a deranger. So, I mean, that's wild. I mean, I just think it's hilarious when people block me. I really do. I really think it's so funny that I have to share it. And, you know, people are like, oh, you're so unbothered. It's like, it's not that I'm bothered. It's just that I think it's funny. And, you know, whenever you're on Twitter or X, and, you know, I'm on there, let's see, I'm Ordinary Girl. And then I'm also, my is at I Heart Rescue Dog. But, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Because, like, whenever you're, you know, talking to your mutuals and you're, like, reading through their comments to their tweets, and you see someone and, like, you can't comment. You can see their tweet, but you can't comment, you can't retweet, and you can't like it because they've blocked you. And I'm like, hi, who are you? Do I know you? So, I can be a little petty. I should change my Twitter handle to Petty Queen, or the Duchess of Petty, or something like that. Because I always find a way to, like, either quote tweet them or whatever, so, you know, so that they can be upset that I did, because I'm petty like that. So, you know, if you want to follow me on the social medias, you can follow me on the Twitter, on the X, because Twitter and X is where, like, I follow my social media mutuals. So yeah. Yep. You can follow me on the Twitter and X. I'm Ordinary Girl. It's a picture of Amelia. My handle is at I Heart Rescue Dog. Although I might change it to the Duchess of Petty. That might be fun. Or a Princess of Petty. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So, yep. We're gonna have Snarky on a Sunday because I had another interesting interaction with someone on the Twitters, on the X's, and I'm sorry, I have a little tummy trouble. And it's just too good to wait till next week. So we're gonna have Snarky on a Sunday. Or Monday. But anyways, we're gonna have another Snarky. So, I will see you all in the next video. And, you know, be salty and be petty and be whatever. Be snarky. Stand up for yourself. Don't let people steamroll you. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.